Hey y'all, hey. All right. I hope you all are well. There we go. I had to get my thing going so I can actually see the chat better over here. But yeah, how you doing? How you feeling? Welcome everybody. Um yeah, like I said, I hope you're all well. I hope your Monday is going well. If it's not, I hope it does get better. Thank you to all the new subscribers, and thank you to the folks who have been here, no matter how long you've been here. I am grateful for each and every one of you. Tonight, we are talking about the doors that are opening for you in the next 6 months. Please keep in mind, y'all, and I'll say this between the zodiacs that's on the other side of these doors, there are going to be some tests. So just a heads up, we're going to start with Leo because we are still in Leo season, but this is the last Monday of Leo season, unfortunately. What can you do? Time progresses on, and so will we. But we're going to start with Leo. All right. Get your timestamp, Leo. Here we go. All right, Leo. Let's find out. Here, Spirit. What doors? What doors are opening for Leo in the next 6 months? Yeah, Leo, if this resonates, feel free to like, share, and or subscribe if you have not already. Just as a reminder, there may be a test on the other side of this door. So keep that in mind. What doors are opening for Leo in the next 6 months? And any additional details that we can get for Leo, please, Spirit. They gonna come through, Leo. They coming through. It's like, are we gonna get some doors? Yeah, y'all got the doors. There we go. Oh, we got the world. The Hierophant. Wow. Okay. The Knight of Cups. All right now, Leo. Bottom of the deck. We got the Two of Wands. We have the Page of Pentacles. Three of Wands. Four of Cups. The Fool. Three of Cups. That's it. All right, Leo. Let's see what we have here. In the next 6 months, Leo, there is, it seems that if you have been planning to make moves in your career or in your job in the next 6 months, there's an opportunity that is coming forward. So if you have been putting your feelers out there, you just been kind of looking around to see what's available. Um, Let me just preface it by saying that you definitely want to tap in because we don't want you to do any kind of frivolous applying. So tap into those jobs that you are being guided to because you're being guided to those jobs for a reason. But if you have not started looking, then you may want to. Yeah, because there's opportunity coming here in the next 6 months. where you will actually, um, yeah, your ships are going to come in. You'll actually have a couple of offers, at least 3 interviews. Yeah. And when I say 3 interviews, there may be 3 separate interviews with one company, or this could be 3 separate interviews with 3 separate companies, if that makes sense. And this is one thing that you definitely don't want to miss out on. So be, uh, and Spirit is kind of doubling down on being guided with the fool here. You don't want to miss out on this. So you want to definitely be intentional about where you are applying and where you want to go. So um, tap in and tap in frequently, because where you are going is going to be somewhere where you definitely get along with folks, not necessarily being friends, because Leo, you might not be that person that wants to mix, business with pleasure, business with friendship. You might be friendly, but it's going to be a good group. You are all going to be working towards the goal. And not to say that this is going to be a space or a place where there won't be issues, but it'll be a lot more fruitful than where you are right now. Yeah, that door is opening for you. Clarifying the Four of Cups for Leo. Clarifying the Four of Cups for Leo. Clarifying the Four of Cups for Leo. Okay. Once more, clarifying the Four of Cups for Leo. Yeah, Leo, this is exciting, especially if you're looking for a new opportunity. Clarifying the Four of Cups for Leo. And the fact that we have 3 major arcana out here, this is definitely a shift in your life, a change. See, 4 of Cups is being clarified by the moon. You definitely want to tap in and tap in frequently. This is not a situation, Leo, where you want to just apply all willy-nilly. You want to be intentional about where you're going. So your folks are just like, look, we have some places where you would be a good fit. There's 1 or 2 where there's the best fit, but we want you to put your name here, here, and here. So definitely use your intuition, tap in frequently during this time in the next 6 months, Leo. Clarifying the 3 of Cups for Leo. Clarifying the 3 of Cups for Leo. The Tower. Yeah. This isn't one of those things where it's like where it's like, oh shit, it's the tower. No, no. Remember this, the tower is about sudden changes. It's about tearing away at the what's that, the foundation that may have been built on beliefs that don't serve you any longer. And whatever it is that you have right now about the company that you work at, like, let's say if you feel like this is a place where you are going to retire, yeah, your folks are like, nah, this ain't it. As a matter of fact, there may be some changes coming at the space you are currently at, and it's going to be an announcement. It's going to be an announcement, and you may be getting a heads up on this, like, go ahead and start looking now, because next year that whole company is going to look completely different. It may exist, it may not exist, it may just be slightly smaller with a lot less people. It's kind of that situation going on here. Clarifying the Page of Pentacles. Clarifying the Page of Pentacles for Leo. Then we'll go into, another Page of Pentacles. Another Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is being clarified by the Page of Pentacles. So this is going to be an opportunity where you may have to start anew, but this is one of those situations where there's room for growth. There is Spirit is showing me, like, look at that field, not just the field, but the flowers and the trees. There's room for growth. There's room for expansion. There is more money there. You'll just be starting anew because it's a new situation for you, right? So they want you to be open to it, open to the idea of starting fresh, starting anew, because where you are is not where you're meant to be forever, not where you're meant to be long term. There is a better fit. And there's an increase with this opportunity with this job as well, with steady growth. Yep. Bottom of the deck here. Ooh, Leo, there's a sun. So you coming through, and there's probably a more peaceful situation at this place, and there's joy, there's happiness, there's that work life balance going on. Now, additional information or additional things that you need to know, details you need to know, is the World, the Hierophant, Knight of Cups. This new chapter is more than likely, Leo, going to take you into a space of leadership. And maybe you want it to be somebody who kind of, you know, um, kind of set in the background a little bit. But if we look at the zodiac, Leos are natural born leaders, no matter where that is in your the placement is in your chart. So be open to that idea, because at some point, Leo, there's going to be an opportunity for you to actually, become a leader. And when I'm saying a leader, the Hierophant is like a very highly appointed person. That's a three-tier crown. So this is opening up a situation where you could actually grow into upper management, beyond upper management if you want to. And they're going to freely offer it to you. Clarifying the Hierophant for Leo. Ooh, okay. It's the Six of Swords, Leo. Six of Swords. Yeah. This is where they're trying to take you. They are trying to take you into a space of leadership, a space of where you are more than, more than more than just a resource, which is why most companies have human resources. They your folks want to take you to a space where you are more than just a resource here. Yep. Like I said, Three of Cups. It's out here twice. They want to change the folks that are surrounding you when it comes to your employment and your career. Yeah. That's happening for you in the next 6 months. Congratulations in advance, Leo. All right. Moving on to Virgo. Okay. Virgo, let me get your timestamp going here. And y'all, the timestamps will be in the comment section. All right. Hey, Virgo. Hey, we're almost in your season, Virgo. I know you about ready to celebrate, as you should be, Virgo. Let's find out what doors are opening for you, Virgo, in the next 6 months. Please keep in mind, Virgo, I'm going to give everybody a heads up. There may be a test on the other side of this door. But if this reading resonates, Virgo, please feel free to like, share, and or subscribe. If you haven't done so already, Spirit, what door is opening for Virgo in the next 6 months? And can we get some additional details about it, about the situation? What doors are opening for Virgo in the next 6 months, please? And thank you. All right, we got the Page of Wands. Ooh, Page of Pentacles. Three of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Virgo, we have the Two of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. Oh, Knight. Pentacles. Virgo. Six of Pentacles. Okay. The Hierophant. Move this over real quick. Eight of Cups. Okay. Well, Virgo, it definitely has to do with your stability, your money, especially if it has been acting, being all funny, like fuddy-duddy, wishy-washy, all the things, you know, especially if things have been tight for you. Four of Pentacles. It's like you've had to rob Peter to pay Paul many a times, but you still going, you're still doing what you have to do when you have to do it. Um, and maybe for some of you, you've been able to put maybe not as much as you want, but a little bit away. But things are changing here. There's going to be a situation where, even though it's moving very slowly with the Knight of Pentacles, there's going to be a situation where things change, where things start to balance out, and you can actually experience a little bit of increase, or a lot of bit of increase. Actually get some relief is what I'm hearing. Because in the Six of Pentacles, this is whomever you lean into spiritually, like saying, keep the party going, Virgo. Good job. You've been doing the things that you have to do. Yeah. And if this blessing may actually come through a new job with the Hierophant here. It may come through a new position. It may come through a business idea. It may come through, anything that has to do with the institutions, the, government, school, work, things like that. So some of you, this may even mean that you're getting some kind of payoff too, where you may be owed some money. Like I'm hearing back taxes. Not that you owe back taxes, but they're actually paying you what they owe. Because sometimes, um, the SMIRS, sometimes they fuck up the calculations. And this may be a situation where that's the case for you. Take it as it resonates. But it will actually allow you, with the Eight of Cups, to leave your current situation where you feel really stifled, especially financially. And it is probably, and I ain't gonna say probably, it is a very unfortunate and emotional situation too. It's taking you out of that situation. Clarifying the Knight of Pentacles for Virgo. Yeah. Clarifying the Knight of Pentacles for Virgo. Once more. Clarifying the Knight of Pentacles for Virgo. Yeah, Virgo. Oof. I know how it is. I know how it is. You gotta keep things tight financially. You got to. Clarifying the Knight of Pentacles for Virgo, please. Ooh. It's the Empress. It's the Empress. Yeah. Virgo, because this has been a very, very long road, for you, very, very slow. Like, this isn't something that you had to do over a course of like 6 months. And maybe it was, because 6 months is still a long time, especially when you have to live a certain way. It could take forever. But for some of you Virgos, this has been like something in the making that has been happening over years, you know. But now a door is opening where you are going to be in a space to receive, because that's what the Empress does. She is in a place of receiving. She is in a place of abundance, and that is where your folks are taking you. And that card flipped up over on this one, so let's see what it is. The High Priestess. I'm gonna put it right here. The High Priestess. This is because you've listened to your intuition. You tapped in. You paid attention to the signs, synchronicities, and was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna buckle down. I'm gonna hunker down, and it's going to be tight. But even though I have to rob Peter to pay Paul, I'm gonna be all right. And you kept it moving. You kept it moving, and it wasn't easy. It's not easy. Everybody can't do it. But one thing that Virgo is somebody who is consistent, strategic, and a stickler. He can be a stickler for things. And that is something that more than likely worked to your advantage. Clarifying the Hierophant. Because you saw the bigger picture. You saw the other side. You weren't worried about that instant gratification. You're just like, nah, I want something more. To clarify, the Hierophant is the Four of Cups. Yeah. You want all your blessings. You want all the abundance. You want all the increase. And there is, for some of you, y'all are getting sent a check from the government. Y'all are getting sent a check from like work. I don't know if it's like a workers' compensation type situation, or if you have been waiting on SSDI or something like that. This is one of those situations where you have been waiting patiently while having to figure out how you gonna buy some bread. Wow. But it's coming through here within the next 6 months. Clarifying the Eight of Cups. Okay. Clarifying the Eight of Cups. What I'm hearing is that this check that is being sent to you, Virgo, don't make it rain on them. Don't make it rain on them. Clarifying the Eight of Cups is the Magician. This is going to put you in a situation where you're going to have plenty of resources. You're going to have everything that you need. That's what you're walking into here with this Eight of Cups. You're leaving a less fortunate, an unfortunate situation to walk into a situation where you are completely covered. You have more than enough, because that's what the magician is all about, having everything that you need. And with the 8 of Cups, that's just not about leaving a situation. It's a person going towards higher ground. And that's what you're doing. You're elevating your situation. Your situation is being elevated. The additional details here, again, is the Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles, and the 3 of Wands. This situation that's changing for you it's going to give you a new energy. You're going to have some new money, some new resources, and it's going to allow you to do other things too. So if it was and something where you wanted to, like, take a class or two, or if you wanted to start your own business, you're going to be able to do that. You're going to be able to do that. It's actually giving you more opportunity and the stability to do that, because that's what the Page of Pentacles is all about. It's, if for some of you, it may mean that you end up relocating as well. Hmm. Not just changing your circumstance, but also changing your environment. Physically, some of y'all may want to move closer to water, a beach, lake, river. Clarifying the Page of Pentacles. Clarifying the Page of Pentacles. For Virgo, please clarify the Page of Pentacles for Virgo. Clarifying the Page of Pentacles, Virgo, is the Fool and the 7 of Cups. Yep, options. You have options. This is going to allow you to do a lot of things, but you definitely want to be careful about where you put your resources. So stay connected. We got the Magician and the Fool out here. Stay connected, and the High Priestess and the Empress. All of them are connected. Stay connected and be guided on where your new opportunities and resources should be, or where they are, because not these cups don't all have great things in them. You got a dragon, you got a snake, you got some veiled person who's being fake as hell. So be divinely guided in this new situation. Yeah. 2 of Swords is at the bottom of the deck here. And 2 of Swords, again, it's all about staying tapped in, especially when making decisions like this on, what's next. When you do get into that more stable situation, like what's next, be guided by what's next. When you use your logic, your Virgo logic, with your divine guidance, you can't go wrong, Virgo. You can't go wrong. Either way, I'm happy for you. Congratulations, Virgo. All right. Moving on to Libra. All right, Libra, let me get your timestamp going here. Keep in mind, Libra, some of the things on the other side of these doors are tests. But if this does resonate, Libra, feel free to like, share, and/or subscribe. Hey, Libra, hey. Let's find out what doors are opening for you within the next 6 months. Once more. One more again. What doors are opening up for Libra within the next 6 months? And any additional details you can give us, please, Spirit. What doors are opening up for Libra within the next 6 months? All right, Libra, we got the Hierophant, Knight of Swords, 9 of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, Libra, we have the 9 of Cups, Ace of Cups, 4 of Wands, 2 of Swords, 5 of Wands, 6 of Swords, 7 of Wands. Excuse me, Libra. One of my channeling symptoms is super itchy nose. Okay. Libra, there is in the next 6 months, you are going to be experiencing a chapter where you are feeling real good, smelling yourself, 9 of Cups. You're going to feel fulfilled. You know, it's not going to be that toxic type of smelling yourself. You're going to feel good about everything. You're going to feel good about where you are and where you are going. Everything is going to be in, seemingly perfect harmony, or, really a really good energy around you with the 4 of Wands. This is fulfilling. This is you in overflow, and having folks around you who, receive from the overflow, but also pour into you to contribute to the overflow. You're stepping into that. And I know I joke about this like quite often. Usually when I get a I get a reading, or do a reading for a Libra, or it's a collective reading, a lot of times this 2 of Swords comes out. I don't know what it is, Libra. I don't know what it is. I don't know. But in the midst of this energy, you are going to have a situation, 2 of Swords, 5 of Wands, where there's conflict and you have to make a decision. You'll have to make a decision. And it is going to be one where 6 of Swords, 7 of Wands here, where you may feel like leaving the situation how it is, and I'm getting a blocking energy on this 7 of Wands, not just, putting up boundaries, but actually blocking some people, whoever this is about, whoever this conflict is with. This feels like it's somebody coming in that, of course, isn't one of these people who are contributing to Libra's overflow. It feels like it's someone who is coming to interject, like they were someone who you left alone, or they left you alone, and they're interjecting themselves back into your life. Maybe because they see how happy Libra is and they want to come and interrupt it. Let's clarify. Clarifying the 5 of Wands. Got it. For Libra. And it's like with this 2 of Swords also, Libra, it feels like, once more. Okay. It feels like this is somebody you haven't even really talked to. This is somebody you have had really no communication with, and all of a sudden they're reaching out to start some shit. It's like that, where you are at peace, living your life, and here they come. Clarifying the 5 of Wands. And they're not even coming in, with Like, "Hey, Libra, how you doing? I've been thinking about you." Like, no, they coming in with the conflict. They coming in like with straight shenanigans. They're not even, yeah. To clarify, the 5 of wands is the 5 of cups. This person is more than likely, Libra, watching you live your beautiful life, watching you be fulfilled and be at peace. And they are in a space of resentment and sadness because they're not a part of it anymore. Well, shit. I mean, that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes, especially when you ain't know how to act. And now they coming back not knowing how to act, which is why they weren't in your life in the first place. So this, it feels like this is an energy that is circling back around. Now, clarifying the 2 of swords, because this energy, Libra, 8 of swords. There's a lot of blindfolds with this, because the 2 of swords is somebody that's blindfolded, and the 8 of swords is somebody that's blindfolded. So yeah, you're not gonna see them coming. This is gonna be some old, well, now you have a heads up, you know they coming, but this is gonna be like essentially some old out of the blue type stuff where they just pop up like, hey, I'm crazy as hell. I'm back. It's like that. Um, this person, Libra, may be a family member that you kind of, distanced yourself. You may not have cut them off, but you started to distance yourself because they didn't know how to act. This may be someone that you even consider family, but with them stepping back into your life like this is going to be one of those situations where you're going to have to make a final decision, you know, where you're going to have to, like, you can't play games with certain people where you're just like, well, I'm going to just leave them alone. Like, nah, you might have to, right, put them on for real block, not just not answer their calls, like block their asses, like all types of communication. They can't see anything that's going on with you on the social medias. They can't, you're not the people that y'all communicate with. If y'all have mutual folks that y'all talk to, letting those mutual people know, like, hey, you talking to so and so and telling so and so my business, I might have to cut you off. Just saying. I ain't saying, but I'm saying, unless it's your mama or something like that. you know, you might have to set your mama down, like, look, ma, like, I know you love cousin P and them, but I need you to stop telling cousin P my business, because cousin P ain't for me. Or however it is that you tell mama and them. Clarifying the 6 of swords. Yeah, because right now there's not enough distance between you and cousin P, or whoever cousin P is in your life. There's not enough distance because the 6 of swords is here. You have to place even more distance between you and them. Clarifying the 6 of swords is the Hierophant and the 4 of cups. This person is going to come at you, Libra, like, we family. I've been there since, we were knee high to a cricket, or however that saying goes. It's like that. They're going to try to hold how long you all have been related or have known each other over your head. Like, you should be obligated to help them because of the role that they have in your life and or family. And you are being encouraged to distance yourself from that obligation, as well as that person. 7 of wands. Like, for real. 7 of wands. Yep. What's the energy of this person with one card? And then we'll move on to additional information. Okay. What's the energy of this person, please, Spirit? The energy of this person towards Libra? Get a little more specific with that. Energy of this person towards Libra. What's the energy of this person towards Libra? We got the King of Cups that came out, but it came out in reverse, just like this. This person doesn't care about you. This person is manipulative. They manipulate all the situations. They manipulate all the people. And now that you are in an energy and a space in life, Libra, where you are sitting pretty, 9 of Cups, you're fulfilled. Your wishes are being fulfilled. You're getting everything that you want because you work hard. You stay tapped in. You do the stuff you need to do and want to do, but you are connected. They want a part of it and they want to come in and manipulate the situation. Yeah, they don't care about you. They just see an opportunity. Ace of Wands. They see an opportunity and they want a piece of it. They don't want to do the work to get to it. The work that they want to do is to take advantage of you and anybody that you love to get to you. That's the work that they're willing to put in, which is interesting because it takes a lot to manipulate somebody. That takes a lot of energy. The math doesn't make sense. But anyway, additional details for you, Libra, is the Hermit, the Knight of Swords, the 9 of Wands. Be quicker to walk away from a situation than to react. You know, the Knight of Swords is somebody who reacts, they don't respond. Reactions, it's automatic. Something, you burn yourself, you move your hand. They want you to be like the Hermit. They want you to remove yourself from a situation prior to even it getting to the space where it needs to be. If you know who this person is already, Libra, this person should already be blocked on all the platforms, on your phone. You should have one of those signs on your door at home that if you didn't call before you come, why are you here? Like it's kind of like that. Everybody is not welcome. It's like that, Libra. Because this person wants you to react. This person wants to hem you up in one way or another because it interrupts the zen. It interrupts the peace that you have going on. And you know better with the 9 of Wands. You know better, but it doesn't mean that you don't want to, backhand somebody every now and then, like, just bless them with your backhand. But they're just like, this person is coming in to interrupt, but you know their game. You know what they're up to. Your folks know and they give you a heads up. Please govern yourself accordingly. That is coming to you, towards you in the next 6 months, Libra. I tell you, people can't just let you be, can it? They can't just let you have your life and just live it and live it abundantly. I swear, folks, they come to test you. Yeah. I hope that's helpful, Libra. I'll see you next time. Moving on. All right, to Scorpio. Almost done here, y'all. Let me get your timestamp here, Scorpio. All right. Hey, Scorpio. Hey. I hope you're well. Let's find out, Scorpio. What door or doors are opening for you within the next 6 months? Please keep in mind, Scorpio, just giving you a heads up. On the other side of those doors, sometimes are tests. If you heard Libra, Libra about to get tested. But if this does resonate, Scorpio once more. Yeah, if this does resonate, Scorpio, please feel free to like and or subscribe if you have not done so already. All right, let's find out what door or doors are opening up for you in the next 6 months, as well as some additional details that you need to know. All right, we have the Ace of Wands, Queen of Cups, Four of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Scorpio, we have the King of Pentacles. Four, that's a five, y'all. Five of Pentacles. You might want to, because I said Four of Pentacles for a reason. You might want to hold back, like keep something close to you. We'll see. Nine of Pentacles. Magician. Temperance. Seven of Cups. That's it. All right. I just realized y'all can't see the whole, whatchamacallit. Yeah, you'll be all right. Okay. There is, Okay. So what they're showing me and what they're telling me, I had to clarify, which is why I pointed and was real silent. So this King of Pentacles is actually representing not a person, but the institution of a job. So there may be a situation here where, yeah, I said the Four of Pentacles for a reason, where things might get a little tight. There may be some layoffs coming towards you. And or if you have your own business, Scorpio, there may be a season coming here in the next 6 months where things aren't going to be as profitable. They're not going to be as steady. Yeah. So spirit is like things are going to get tight. Yeah. So that's why I said Four of Pentacles. Now with the Nine of Pentacles here, it seems though you've been doing quite well with putting things away or making smart decisions, whether you've been investing. It's Nine of Pentacles is here to represent you and where you are. And if you aren't there yet, heads up, let's get there. Because this is the energy right now. This is what's going down. But it's not going to be one of those situations where it's going to be a struggle during that time for you. It's actually going to in a way catalyze things for you to change something up with temperance here. Temperance is about patience, but it's also about alchemy. Because you know how we see this angel pouring this liquid. We can assume it's water, whatever, but we don't know what else was in that other cup that is pouring, going in there. That could be liquid hydrogen for all we know. And in the other cup is something else, making like nitrites, I don't know, making water. Could be some liquid oxygen. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up now. But the point is, it's an opportunity that's coming here for you to switch it up, to change it up because you have options. So Is this one of those things, Scorpio, where you want to stay in your current industry? Is this a situation, Scorpio, where you want to actually start your own business? Do you want to launch something else, make a pivot in your business? It's like that. Do you want to make a pivot in your career? Like if you are in the medical field, do you want to, you know, if you are a nurse, do you want to become a nurse practitioner? It's like that. That's what this opportunity is bringing about, an opportunity to change things. It may it may be in the same industry, or it may be something completely new. Shoot, if you are a nurse practitioner, they brought me back to that example. Do you want to open your own practice as opposed to working for somebody else? If you're in the states, I know many states will allow you to do that. But that's what's coming towards you. This is to act as a catalyst to change things, because you have everything that you need, magician, to actually do it. You don't need this situation, which is why you're kind of being, you know, uh, Heisman out, but not forcefully Heisman, just kind of gently Heisman, like like a pop lock. Yeah, you definitely have options though. Clarifying the magician for Scorpio. Clarifying the magician for Scorpio. I know that's not really something that you want to hear. Like I've been in a situation where I've been laid off. Um, and thankfully, it changed it into something else, just to put a little bit of my business out there. I was in, pharmaceuticals, and then went into mental health. It was that chapter of my life was finished. So, yeah, once more. Clarifying the magician. And the interesting thing is, during that journey, while I was getting the mental health degree, I didn't really struggle. And on paper, it should have been a struggle, but it wasn't a struggle. Like this, it was definitely a um, magician fool type situation. My folks took care of me, and your folks will take care of you too, because this is happening for you, Scorpio. That's why I said it. Clarifying the magician. This is happening for you. Mm. Clarifying the magician is another major arcana. We got strength out here. Yep. This is happening for you to continue, you know, this journey, for you to continue growing, for you to continue to become, and they want you to have courage during this time to pursue whatever it is that you desire. Be tapped in to pursue those things, because there's always a best fit versus, some garbage ass fit. But yeah, be encouraged during this time. It can be a very discouraging situation, Five of Pentacles. But yeah, clarifying the Seven of Cups. Clarifying the Seven of Cups. Clarifying the Seven of Cups for Scorpio, please. We got the Nine of Wands. Yep. You are you've been through enough. A lot rather. You are wise. So, you know, the wisdom that you have the wisdom that you've gained, it's going to help you make the decision that you want to do, that make the decision to alchemize and change this situation. It almost feels like it's going based off of your history, based off what you've been through in this situation. It's going to be something that's like, you know what, it's easy. Like, I'm ready to go. this is this is a situation where you just needed that push. It's also going to help you, the things that you've been through, it's also going to help you recognize the situations and or people who um who aren't really for you, who've come to play, who've come to take advantage, or just isn't a good situation or a good fit. Yep. So, a little more information about this situation that's coming your way in the next 6 months. We got the Ace of Wands, Queen of Cups, and the Four of Cups. Ooh, yeah, really don't get discouraged, Scorpio. This Ace of Wands is a huge opportunity for you to change everything. For some of you, this is going to be, it's going to lead you into a new career or a new situation where you can actually do more for yourself and for your family. Like really have time for yourself. Really have time to nurture yourself as well as the ones that you love. Time for you to steal away too. You'll be able to just sit and enjoy Scorpio's company. Hmm. Especially if some of you are in it going to end up starting your own business. Can we clarify the Four of Cups? Clarify the Four of Cups for Scorpio. Clarifying the Four of Cups is the Fool. It's the Fool. Yep. This is one of those, this is an opportunity that you are being given. A lot of times, and I can speak from experience, especially with job, that particular job situation that I mentioned. Sometimes we wear out our welcome. We stay somewhere where it's no longer serving us, and we may get comfortable. And this is that situation where the divine is coming to push you out of your comfort zone, more so back or further down, rather, on your divine path. And they want you to follow it. They want you to trust it, trust this journey, and trust that this, you are taken care of. Wherever you are being led, whatever you are being led to is big, it's huge, and it's going to allow you to take care of you, not only, financially, but emotionally, mentally. So your cup will be in overflow and remain so. This is pushing you down into a more fulfilled part of your human experience. Yep. Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Yep. Career, work. It's changing up. And I know it's going to work out for you, especially because you tapped in. And you're going to listen to your folks. And you're going to follow your intuition. And you're going to do the things. Let us know about it in the chat, in the comments. All right, Scorpio, I hope that was helpful. Okay, moving on. Oh, Nose itching, y'all. Hey, moving on to Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius, let me get your timestamp going here after I scratch my nose again. All right, here we go. Almost finished, y'all. Hey, Sagittarius, hey. I hope you're well. Let's find out, Sagittarius, what doors are opening for you in the next 6 months. Please keep in mind, Sagittarius, on the other side of these doors might be a test or two. But if this reading resonates, please feel free to like, share, and or subscribe if you haven't done so already. Sagittarius, what door is opening for Sagittarius? And additional information Sagittarius needs to know. We have the Two of Cups, Sag, the Eight of Swords, the Hanged One. That's our additional information. At the bottom of the deck, Sagittarius, we have the Six of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, Three of Cups. Okay. Nine of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Five of Cups. Well, Sagittarius, in the next 6 months, you are going to you'll have the opportunity, I'll say that. You'll have the opportunity to leave a person or a group of people who you overgive to. And you're going to be leaving this group or this person to maintain your peace. Because you're going to realize that some folks, and you may already be there, Sagittarius, that some folks are insatiable. Some people just want to be surly. Some people just want to be contrary. And some people just want what you can give them. And right here, we have you giving them your time, your money, your peace, any kind of form of energy. Right here, they want more. They want more of you. They want more of the things that you got. They want more. Yeah. And it's like you can't do enough. You can't give enough. But it's not you. It's not you, it's them. It's because in my I'm hearing it'll never be enough. I'll never be enough when it comes to these people or this person, Sagittarius. And one day you're going to up and decide to choose yourself. Because they're going to, this is an Ace of Pentacle. I know a lot of times, well, this is the hand of God, but this is how big the requests are getting. And I say requests just to be nice. This is how big the demands are getting. They no longer want your little baby pentacles. They gonna start wanting you to co-sign for shit. They're gonna start wanting you to live with you. They're gonna start wanting that type of stuff. They gonna want their pound of flesh. And when you say no, when you start putting up boundaries, oh, they're gonna be in their feelings. Like Sagittarius don't do shit for me. They're gonna call you all the things as As the folks say down here in the Bible Belt, they're gonna call you everything but a child of God. They might call you that, but it's probably gonna have some curse words with it. It's gonna probably have some other words with it, you know? Hmm. Clarifying the Six of Swords with Sagittarius. They got you dizzy. They got you dizzy. It's like every time you turn around, they want something. Every time you turn around, Sagittarius. Every time. Clarifying the Six of Swords for Sagittarius. Clarifying the Six of Swords. I hate you're going through that, but here's that test I talked about. Clarifying the Six of Swords for Sagittarius, please. Clarifying the Six of Swords. Ooh. Yep. That's the Seven of Wands. Sagittarius, you gonna be tempted to block. You're gonna be tempted. No, I ain't gonna say tempted. This is what you gonna do. It's not tempted. You gonna start blocking folks. You gonna be like, you know what? My peace is priceless. My energy is sacred. Block. You might even change your number, and only a certain few get it. Change your email. Like all the things will get changed. You're gonna get to a space where in a mindset where you're not playing games with this person anymore. They can't take advantage of you any longer. Clarifying the Three of Cups. Because they've gotten all they're gonna get out of you. Clarifying the Three of Cups is the Sun. And this has multiple layers to like whoever this person or this group of people are. You bring you don't just bring the party, you bring the sunshine, you bring the joy, you bring abundance, you bring the things that these folks are feeding off of. And the sun also means is that they are being exposed of who they actually are and how what they want from you, how you fit in their life. Clarifying the Ace of Pentacles. Clarifying the Ace of Pentacles for Sagittarius. Clarifying the Ace of Pentacles is the Nine of Cups. And a lot of times the Nine of Cups does mean wishes fulfilled. And you, like I said, you fulfill a lot of these people's wishes, Sagittarius. You're a giver. You've always been a giver. You help those even when folks don't help themselves. They don't want to, whether they have the capacity or not. The folks you just happen to be dealing with here, they have the capability and the capacity. This Nine of Wands, this nine of Cups, you probably do need to like set boundaries, block, and all the things, but you're going to be a lot wiser after this situation. But this Nine of Cups, one thing that Spirit uses this for with me is those hands that are crossed. It means complacency, comfortable. These people or this person, they're complacent and comfortable with you being that person who provides everything. Oh, Sagittarius a job. We can do it at Sagittarius's house. They always volunteering you up to do something. Voluntold, rather. And because you love these folks, you'll do it, even though you get the inkling. It's like your benevolent ancestors. They've been showing you who this person is, and maybe you don't want to quite believe it. And I say benevolent ancestors because of all these feathers that are on these cards. You got about 3 or 4 around you that's like real strong. Like they real like, look, don't make us come down there and shake you. Like it's like that. Uh-huh. Clarifying the 5 of Cups. Clarifying the 5 of Cups is the Page of Cups. You can expect an apology. You can expect this person to come with the warm and fuzzies. You know, talk about the old times and how y'all used to sit back and laugh playing patty cake and Miss Mary Mac and all the things like that, or hide and seek, and when y'all played football, you know, the pee-wees and all the things like that. You know, we were, we had good back in the day. It was so simple back then. They're gonna come with their apology. They might bring you some wings. You know, it might bring you some fish from the fish fry with some hush puppies and all the things like that to make amends. But it's all a game. It's all a game. Again, more feathers, more feathers, more feathers. You see the feather? You see the feather? You see the feather? Feathers? Yeah. Bottom of the deck. You see the feather? Trust your folks. Trust this journey. Trust where you are being led. They want you around. They're going to come back again, like I said, with the apology, 2 of Cups. But really, it's really just to keep you in a space of where you sacrifice yourself. Hanged One, over and over again. Over and over again. They want to keep you in a prison of obligation, a prison of loyalty, when they haven't shown that they are loyal to you. It's really unfortunate. However, it's unfortunate for them. I'll say that. It's unfortunate for them, fortunate for you, because what you gonna do is you gonna like, you know what? I'm not writing anybody a letter. No Dear John letters. Not gonna be any kind of soliloquy text. We're not doing that. They just gonna automatically be blocked one day. 6 of Swords, 7 of Wands. And you will not look back. You're not going to look back. You're going to choose you and your peace, as you should. As you should. I hope that is helpful, Sagittarius. I'm grateful in advance that you are choosing yourself and your peace and getting this parasite or parasites, because it might be a group for you, Sagittarius. For some of y'all, it's a group. Out your life. Quit fast in a hurry. And they gonna realize that the only reason why they had stuff is because of Sagittarius. The only reason why they got all the blessings that they did get is because of Sagittarius. But sometimes folks gotta find out the hard way. And they're gonna be the ones to find out. Because they were fucking around. You know what I'm saying? All right. On the Capricorn. Last, but definitely not least. All right, Cap. Let me get your timestamp going here. Because I don't want no problems with Cap. Hey, Capricorn, hey. All right, here we go. Let's find out, Cap. The door or doors that are opening for you in the next 6 months. Keep in mind, Cap, there might be some tests on the other side of these doors. But if this reading resonates, Cap, please feel free to like, share, and or subscribe if you have not done so already. All right, Cap, let's find out what doors are opening up for you and additional details that you need to know about the situation. Spirit, we are on Cap. There we go. Thank you. Got the Page of Wands, Four of Cups. Ain't one. Oh man. Bottom of the deck, Cap. We got the Lovers, Knight of Pentacles, 10. So you can see it. That's the 10 of Pentacles. Yep. There we go. 10 of Pentacles. 8 of Cups. The Emperor. Justice. Okay. Okay, so there's a big decision. The Lovers here isn't about a love situation necessarily, like a romantic situation. This is a big ass decision that you have to make. And as you saw, we got plenty of pentacles around here. It appears, Cap, that somebody's going to come and ask you for money or something that requires a long-term investment. For example, someone may ask you to co-sign for them. Someone may ask you to come live with them. Like this Knight of Pentacles is they're showing me this is helping. I'll use that term a little loosely. Someone needs a long-term investment from you. And this is one that is like steady. You know, with most a lot of car loans is you can do 60 months or something like that. You know, living with allowing somebody to live with you until they get on their feet. You know, this is subjective, but at least 6 months to, years. And when we are talking about the pentacles, when we look at a time frame, that's years. And this is a family member with the 10 of Pentacles here. This is somebody, okay. So they walked away, like that person walked away, or Cat walked away. So for some of you, this is someone who very layered. This is somebody who you either left. So this is where the Emperor could be like a father figure for you and you left home. This Emperor could be an ex-spouse that you actually left or they left you and they need your help now. Yeah. But either way, they are going to ask you with justice here to sign or to uh to establish a contract of some sort with them to help them out. That's the decision that you have to make within the next 6 months. Are you going to sign your name? Are you going to dole out some cash? Are you going to help this person who maybe actually needs the help? We're going to clarify. Very interesting. Clarifying the Emperor. Clarifying the Emperor. Why here? I don't know, Cap, if this is your people saying this, but all I hear is hell no. Like, like your folks, like hell no. It don't mean they're not gonna ask. It doesn't mean they're not gonna ask. Clarifying the Emperor, but one of your folks is like, I don't know how they got through my folks. That's all I gotta say. Clarifying the Emperor. They came through strong. Hell no. Okay, clarifying the Emperor for Capricorn. That's crazy. Oh, there's the lovers again. Yeah. Cap. This person isn't going to just ask you once. They're going to ask you at least twice. The first time you might say, let me think about it. As opposed to like your folks say, hell no, you're not going to say it like that. You probably won't say it like that because of who this person is and maybe how they approach you. Yeah. This is a big decision to make. This isn't because the lovers doesn't come out with those little baby decisions like, uh, could you buy me a dinner at the steakhouse or something like that? Like, that's a everyday decision. No, 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 no. This is something that will tie you to this person for a hot minute, financially and contractually. Mm-hmm. Clarifying the Eight of Cups. Clarifying the Eight of Cups for Cap. Clarifying the Eight of Cups. We got the Sun. The reason why this person is no longer in your energy or your presence the way they used to be is because they were exposed. And you severed or the relationship was severed. So take it as it resonates, whether you left the situation or they left the situation because you found out some shit, or like I said, you were um let's say you were living at home with this person, if this is a father figure, and you weren't really liking how they were treating maybe the mother figure, if or the partner, or you just find out this person is grimy and it's like, you know what, or that they were using you in some way, form, or capacity, and you left the situation. Like Cap, if you were somebody who gets some type of benefit and you've gotten it since childhood and then you got older and this person was still taking the benefits as opposed to signing it over to you to use for yourself. Like, let's say if this was a guardian, your biological parent, or parents maybe crossed over, and you were to get a not a settlement, but if they were in the military, there's a benefit. If there is a trust of some sort, you're the beneficiary, and this person wasn't giving you what is rightfully yours. That's what I'm seeing here. But now they're coming to you. Mm, that's some crazy shit. Clarifying justice. Clarifying justice. This one. Mm. Upright or upright. The Hierophant. To clarify justice. Yeah. A whole ass contract. Doubling down on it. It's a whole ass contract where you would have to, if they, couldn't do what they're supposed to do, you have to foot everything. For some of you, if this person wants to like live with you to get back on their feet, they're using the guilt trip of obligation. Well, I took care of you until you were 18. Uh, you was one getting paid to do that. Two, what you for to do? Like, like, come on, like, it's like that. There, it's, yeah. I don't like that. I don't like it. How does this person really feel? One card, please, towards Cat. What are the real feelings towards Cat? One card, please, if possible. What are the feelings? Got the Tower. Your entrance and or departure from their life changed things. Cap. The World at the bottom of the deck. And it didn't really necessarily change things for the better. It knocked everything upside down. And maybe um they could be resentful about it. Hmm. I'm hearing responsible. They see you as responsible for some of the more unfortunate things that may have happened in their lives because of your entrance and or departure. So this person doesn't have any kind of accountability, seems like. Hmm. Interesting. All right. Additional details that you need to know. Page of Wands, Four of Cups, the Hanged One. They still see you as a child, essentially. Or they still see you as like, if this is a parent or parental figure, they definitely still see you as a child. If this is like an ex or something like that, they are going to use your tie with them. If y'all have children, even if they are grown, y'all are still family. They're going to use that to their advantage, or at least attempt to. And they're going to hope that you are, for lack of a better term, goofy enough to say, okay, like, okay, I'll do it. Well, yeah, why not? Why not? I'll commit to this. Yeah, they want you to sacrifice. Like, they don't want you to think about it too hard. They don't want you to pay attention, while they're throwing rocks and hiding hands. They don't want you to be the wise person that you are. That's exactly what this is. They want you to miss it, miss the catch, miss what they're actually trying to do. Because this person is super immature anyway. And they really think they can get this big one. This just ain't one, this a big one over on you. Clarifying the Page of Wands for Capricorn. They want you to be boo boo the fool. They want you to fall for every single word. They want you to just, because you ain't learned nothing from them. You didn't wise up. This isn't you with a halo around your head because you figured them out a long time ago, which is why you haven't really talked to them like that in the first place. But They think they still got it. They think they still, have some piece of control over Cap, even if it's a little, even if it's the size of a grain of a mustard seed. That's all you need to have faith, biblically. But they hope that they got that with you. Mm. But yeah, Cap, this some old okey doke. Like I can't with these people. I told you there are gonna be tests. There's gonna be some tests. This is a test. Oh goodness. Please tap in, Cap. Don't listen to that. Stop the sob story that is gonna come through. They're gonna try to reminisce. They might bring you some wings or some fish from the fish fry, something like that. Like, you remember how you used to like catfish? These catfish nuggets. I don't like catfish. I don't like fish. So I don't know where that came from. But hey, Cap, maybe you like catfish nuggets. Maybe you like catfish. Yeah, that's what we got. I hope that is helpful, Cap. Mm, please stay tapped in. But thank you all for coming through. Thank you all for tapping in with me, to everybody who came through and lent their amazing energy. What was I about to say? Aquarius through Cancer. I'm actually not going to go live for that, but it is going to post here on Wednesday. So it's already done and you'll see it on Wednesday. But until next time, y'all, I wish y'all well. Y'all are going to see me soon. Take care. Bye.